So, you've bought a new Mazda and you don't have a care in the world.
Talking to camera while driving, it's a $300 fine.
So, you've bought a new Mazda and apart from one care in the world, you're all about the mysterious Mazda Zoom Zoom. Mazda says that to keep the Zoom Zoom factor at its peak, they've got to service your car not once, but twice a year for 3 years, which makes your money Zoom Zoom. And that's before you factor in the cost of genuine Mazda parts.
Yeah, they've got built-in Zoom Zoom. Thanks.
Now, Mazda says that if you don't follow their servicing guidelines, you may void your new vehicle warranty. And yet, curiously, in the UK, the exact same vehicle only needs to be serviced once a year. Now, to be fair, Mazda's not the only company doing this sort of thing. Subaru, Mitsubishi, Toyota and Honda all do similar things in varying degrees. But for some reason, Mazda's the one I really want to in on. Mazda want to keep the purchase price of their vehicles as low as possible and make as much money as they can once you've bought one. It's kind of like the razor and blades business model. While razors like the Gillette Fusion are relatively cheap, using them costs a fusion bomb. It's enough to make your paid spokesman scream. You know it's physically impossible to suck money out of me with that thing, right?
We use graphics.
But it's not just razors and blades that use the razor and blades business model. That $200 Nespresso machine is actually $250 a year in patented Nespresso coffee pods. That's just based on having one coffee a day. And buy an automatic soap dispenser and you're automatically locked in to buying their expensive refills. Automatic insect sprays also come with expensive refills, and the recommended settings spray much more than you ordinarily would, ensuring you rack up as many of these as possible. Need brush heads. To keep this family of 4 smiling, that's over $200 a year. But for mine, the most extreme example of a product with a built-in money tap would have to be printers. You can buy a home printer for as little as $29 these days, but then there's the ink. With some brands costing up to $3,000 per litre, printer ink is more expensive than perfume.
Magenta by Britney Spears.
In fact, printer ink is one of the most expensive liquids in the world. And some companies even build microchips into their products to try to lock you in to buying their brand of ink. It's a license to print money, which is exactly how we decided to test these printers. The ink cartridges for these printers all cost about the same or more than the printers themselves. But when we set them to counterfeit standard, it wasn't long before the print quality was criminally low. The worst was this one. The $50 cartridge for this $49 printer was only good for 43 counterfeit quality colour pages. Which explains why you never see HB DeskJet 2510s at the Comancheros Clubhouse. Arguably, counterfeiting money isn't the best, almost legal way to test printers. Choice did their own test, and they found some printers costing as much as $2.47 per full colour page. Which is a fair slice given a full colour page at Officeworks costs 88 cents. So, when you're buying a product that seems cheap, don't just think about the price tag. The real price might be in the running costs. And they say, we're the criminals. And some scissors, please.
And if anyone would like to buy a second-hand Nespresso machine, electric toothbrush, automatic soap dispenser or insect sprayer, 4-colour printers or a Mazda 3 with very low mileage, please contact us at the checkout. After that report, we clearly can't afford to keep them. By the way, what Kirsten said about Mazda and its servicing requirements, that got me thinking. The Australian Consumer Law says it's not legal to make a misleading representation about the need for any services. It's also illegal to make a misleading claim about the existence of a condition or the effect of a warranty. Could it be that Mazda is misleading its Australian customers into thinking that they've got to get their cars serviced twice a year by Mazda? Well, we decided to ask them. You'll be very glad to know that Mazda got back to us, and in very simple, clear language, they told us no, it's not misleading. And you know what? They might be right. For example, if you think that saying in the prominent importance of servicing bit of your website, quote, don't risk your warranty, make a Mazda dealer your only choice for your service, and then saying in the top 10 FAQ section, your vehicle must be serviced every 6 months, and that not following that requirement may void your new vehicle warranty, if you think that's not misleading because there's a hyperlink to a 1,291-word lawyer's picnic of a warranty document that after 1,192 words lists your rights under the Australian consumer law, or because if you dig deep enough into the FAQs, there's a queue that's probably not even effing asked that much and it begrudgingly admits that no, you don't have to have your Mazda serviced by an authorised bloody zoomologist or whatever the hell they call them in one sentence, followed by 16 lines suggesting you probably should do it anyway. If you think that cuts it, well then you agree with Mazda. But if you think that that sounds like a load of deliberately confusing, self-serving bollocks which more or less epitomises the ordinary meaning of the word misleading, well, you might think, like I do, that the Mazda website breaches the Australian consumer law, or at the very least that it unethically gives you the wrong impression in the hope of making more money out of you. There's two sides to every story. You be the judge.